Hey YouTube, it's Melissa. I'm back with an update. Still pregnant. Today would be 6 days, no, not 6 days, 6 weeks and 3 days. Um, my ultrasound is on April 11th, so I still have to wait a whole nother week. Um, as far as symptoms, I do feel pretty tired a lot. I have a really hard time getting out of bed in the morning to go to work. Like my alarm goes off and I just feel like a ton of bricks. Like I can't move. I just want to lay there. So my husband usually has to drag me out of bed. um, and I've had heartburn, like indigestion, which I would get occasionally, but now I seem to get it quite a bit. Tums are doing the trick so far, but I do have some Zantac just in case if it gets really bad. Um, I get sick every morning. Well, not really throwing up, just I get really nauseous like in the shower, and then I already am gagging on my toothbrush when I try to brush the top teeth in the back. I just gag and gag and gag, but I have to brush them because I don't want my teeth to fall out of my head. So I deal with it. Sometimes it makes me throw up. Sometimes I just heave and nothing. So, and then I'm pretty nauseous for a lot of the day. I bought these Preggy Pops and Preggy Pop Drops from Babies R Us, and those really work like great. I'll be like really nauseous at work, and I take one of those drops, and it totally settles my stomach. I feel a lot better. Um, that's about it for symptoms, I think. Still doing the progesterone inserts. Those will probably be for a few more weeks. I hate them, but gotta get the drugs in there somehow, and I would rather do that than be shooting a needle in my butt. So, um, I did have quite a bit of doctor drama. Last week was just awful. Um, because I'm seeing the high risk OB for the cerclage, I tried to call and make an appointment with my midwife, just for the initial stuff, because the high risk OB did say that I needed to have um, pap and cultures done before they would do the cerclage. And so I called my regular midwife's office and I explained to them, and I went through like this 3 day thing with them just trying to get an appointment, and they kept giving me an attitude saying, well, once we send you to a high risk OB, we don't see you again after that, so I don't know what you're talking about. And I said, well, I'm going to see the high risk OB for the cerclage, but for the regular monthly pregnancy stuff, I want to see my regular doctor because the high risk doctor is in Boston, and I don't need to be driving to Boston for every, little appointment. Um, and they kept saying, oh, we'll have to run this by the doctor, we'll have to run this by the doctor. And then they kept trying to put me with this doctor who works with my midwife. Until finally the last day, my high risk OB actually called me in the morning because I had called her office and said, look, like, I don't know what to do. I'm trying to make this appointment, and they keep, giving me the runaround. They won't make the appointment. She called them, and then she called me, and she said, I think I straightened them out. She said a lot of times secretaries don't understand that, I don't know, they hear high risk and they get nervous and they think that the midwife can't handle it or whatever. And she said you should be all set, so they'll be calling you to make an appointment. So a half hour later they called me and they said, okay, we think you should come in and have a sit down with Dr. XYZ, who is the doctor that works with my midwife. And I said, okay, well, why would I see her? I want to see my midwife. And they said, well, she's the one that would be doing your cerclage. And I was just so mad at that point. I said, no, she's not doing my cerclage. I'm going to Boston. I already have a doctor that's doing my cerclage. She's like, Ivy League educated, top of the line, high risk OB. She's amazing. She's smart. And, you know, this doctor's in like a little small town hospital. Like, where would you go for your cerclage if you had an option? I mean, I'm going to like one of the best hospitals in Boston. I'm not going to your little country bumpkin hospital. I'm sorry. Anyway, so They did say that she would do my pap and cultures anyway, so I made an appointment for that. Um, but I was just so frustrated. I was talking to my sister-in-law, the one that has 11, almost 12 kids, and she was telling me about her obstetrician and midwife, and she was just saying how great they are, and that I should call them and make an appointment with them. So I thought about it, and I was like, what I should have said before is that my original midwife, they also decided to tell me that it's their policy that if there's anything high risk involved, you have to see a doctor, you can't see a midwife. So I was just so fed up at that point. I ended up calling my sister-in-law's doctor, and I made an appointment with them, and it was like easy as pie. It took me 2 minutes, and I asked them if there was going to be a conflict because I was seeing one doctor for the high risk stuff for the cerclage, and then I would see this doctor for just the regular pregnancy visits, and they said, "Oh no, we have patients do that all the time." Like, yeah, well, somebody should tell my other doctor that because they have never heard of this apparently. And the high risk OB was so frustrated. She's like, it's called co-management. We do this all the time. Most of the patients that I see are someone else's patient. So anyways, I'm like, it's not an option. I have to get this stuff done. I need the cerclage. I can't have a repeat of what happened last time. So anyway, I got that appointment scheduled. That's this Wednesday with the midwife, actually. So I'm excited to meet her because my sister-in-law said that she loves her. Um, and the funny thing is, I made that appointment on Friday, and then that night we went to play some games over a friend's house. They have a 6-month-old baby girl, and when they found out that I was pregnant, she's like, I don't know if you have an OB yet, but I have this OB and a midwife that I worked with, and they're amazing. And I said, well, what's his name? And she said, Dr. So-and-so, the one I just made an appointment with. I'm like, that is so funny. That's awesome. So I've had 2 people highly recommend this doctor, and um, just really excited and happy now that I get to just see the same doctor through the whole thing. Um, After that, I have the ultrasound on April 11th, and that's with the IVF clinic. That should be my last appointment with them. They're going to do the ultrasound, and then I'll meet with the doctor just, to get released. And then after that, on Wednesday, I have an appointment with my endocrinologist, the one that I see for the PCOS, and she's the one that prescribes my metformin, which I am on for the first trimester, and then they will take me off and have me checking my sugars. I was kind of frustrated today because I went to pick up my prescription. It's like a refill because I've been on it for a couple years, but when all the refills run out, you have to get a new prescription. And I went to pick it up, and at Walmart, when it's a new prescription, you have to talk to the pharmacist so they can tell you what you're getting and, if you have any questions, whatever. So she came over and she's like, okay, you have the metformin extended release, and you have to take 2 a day, and that's for diabetes. Did you have any questions? And I wanted to tell her, no, it's not just for diabetes, it is for other stuff. With PCOS, it helps because it's related to the insulin resistance. It helps your body control the sugar better, which in turn helps your hormone levels be more stable, because with PCOS, it's the insulin resistance, well, the way that they described it to me, and I don't know, I've read all kinds of crap online about it, but the insulin resistance messes with the communication between your ovaries and your brain and the hormones that your ovaries release, and that's women who have PCOS end up having more testosterone and DHEA and other stuff like that. So anyway, the metformin helps with that. So, and it also helps decrease the risk of miscarriage for women with PCOS in the first trimester. So I'm on that, and I don't have diabetes, Miss Walmart pharmacist, whatever. So I have to meet with the endocrinologist because I hadn't seen her in a really long time, and I'm going to have to see her anyway when I'm pregnant, just so that she can, make sure I don't develop gestational diabetes or anything like that. And then the following Tuesday, which will be the 19th, I think, we will meet with the high-risk doctor, and I will be my 8th week or something like that, somewhere between 8 and 10 weeks, 8.5 weeks. And at that appointment, I'll get another ultrasound, and we will discuss the plans for the cerclage, like what we'll pick a date and probably find out all the, initial stuff. So that's that. That's all my appointments are planned and all my doctor drama. So I've completely dropped my old OB. When I go to this new doctor on Wednesday, I'm signing a release form for my records. I'm getting them transferred over, and I'm just done because I'm just so upset because I really do like my midwife, and I'm just really upset that I can't see her. She saw me through the whole last pregnancy and the miscarriage, and she's been doing my yearly exams for maybe like 6, 7 years or something, so I'm really comfortable with her. But, you know, things change and time changes things, and you have to just move on, right? So I'm just going to move on and hope that this is a really good doctor. So that's about it. I'll probably do maybe another update on Wednesday after I meet. I'm not going to meet the doctor, but I will meet the midwife, so I'll let you guys know how that goes and what I think of her. I'm secretly hoping that I get an ultrasound, but they probably won't. So, but we'll see. And yeah, and then after that, we can all look forward to the first ultrasound on April 11th. I'm really excited. I did have a dream that I was getting the ultrasound and there were identical twins in there. There were two little babies and their heads were like close to each other and they're like this coming out, and they had little arms and legs, which I know they're not going to have at 7 weeks, but and I was pissed because I really just want one because I'm scared to even think about having two with the incompetent cervix. And in my dream, I was like, but I only put one in there, like how could this happen? And my sister-in-law keeps telling me that she knows she's had a vision that we have twin girls or something, but whatever. I think it's gonna be one. It better be one. And if it's not one, then it's on God to take care of me because I did my part by only putting one in there. That's what I told my husband today. If he decided to make it into two, then it's on him to protect him and to protect me because, there's more risks for the mother involved too when it's twins. But let's not think about that because there's just one healthy baby in there. One strong, healthy baby that makes a lot of HCG on its own. I'm not going to say hi to everybody because I have like that pregnant brain thing already and I can't think of people's names, so sun's going down. Yep, here I go rambling again. I do this at the end of all my videos anyway, so like I said, I'll make a video probably Wednesday. Everything's going well though. No scares, no cramping, no bleeding, nothing like that. So everything's going good, and let's hope it stays that way. So I'll talk to you all later. Bye.